Welcome to the deep dive. We take sources you're curious about and really pull out the core ideas.
Yeah, the things that stick with you, the details maybe you didn't expect.
And today we're looking at a short novel called Gray Messenger Bag. It was written by Dipan back in March 2013.
Right. And our goal here is really to get the essence of this story, explore what it reveals beneath the surface.
So the main character is Varun. He's from Chicago originally, well, living in Chicago.
And we meet him super early before dawn. He's just buzzing, excited about this trip he's taking to Nepal.
Yeah, and his focus is locked on this gray messenger bag. It's right there on his bed.
Almost like a container for his future, isn't it?
Totally. It's got his passport, his new high-skill work visa, which is huge insurance stuff, bank statements.
Photos, some cash, all the essentials for this big return.
And his flight's that evening. He's heading back to Nepal for the first time in, 9 years and 7 months?
It's a long time. And everything seems set. Vacation days approved, flight booked, shopping done.
He even used one of those new airline services for home luggage pickup. Super convenient.
And he's already celebrated with his roommate Jeremy and other friends, so he's ready.
Seems totally ready. His plan for this last day? Meet his cousin Himal and some other friends across town.
Right, and maybe take a last walk around his favorite spots in Chicago.
So he leaves his place quietly, gets on the train packed. It's like an hour-long ride.
And he's heading to see Himal, whose place is just maybe a 10-minute walk from the station.
What's interesting, though, is what he's wearing. It's February in Chicago, right?
Yeah, should be freezing.
But he's in a tan hoodie, blue bootcut jeans, and these navy casual sneakers. That's it.
That's odd. It kind of suggests where his head is at, doesn't it? Maybe already feeling the warmth of Nepal.
Could be. Like he's disconnected from the Chicago cold already.
Yeah, a subtle hint maybe that expectations and reality aren't quite lining up yet.
So he gets to Himel's house. It's quiet. No cars. And he sees a yellow sticky note on the door. It says, please leave mail packages on the mailbox. Gone for the day. Thank you.
Oof. That little moment of, oh.
Exactly. And then the kicker, he reaches for his phone to call.
And?
It's not there. He left it behind.
Oh, no. So now we just got to hope they somehow meet him at the airport later.
Pretty much. That's his only hope now. That carefully laid plan is starting to fray a bit.
That lack of a phone, it really isolates him suddenly. It makes you wonder if it's just bad luck or, a sign of things to come.
Right. So the rest of the afternoon, he's just wandering Chicago. Anxiously, you'd imagine.
Yeah, probably replaying that misconnection, worrying a bit.
Then we cut to the airport. He's there, waiting, watching.
But no Himal? No friends?
Nobody shows.
There comes
Big
that
disappointment.
You could feel that sinking feeling. He tries to brush it off, right? Like, oh, they must be busy.
Yeah, rationalizing. But deep down, there's that sadness. Missed goodbyes. It stings.
The airports are funny like that. So much hope, so much leaving. For him, it's unexpectedly lonely.
The flight itself is long, but his mind's already in Nepal. He feels, at ease thinking about home.
That sense of anticipation is strong.
He lands. Tribhuvan International Airport, Kathmandu. And his first impressions are mixed.
How so?
Well, security seems way more relaxed than he's used to, which he actually finds kind of pleasant.
Okay, a bit of the familiar ease, maybe.
But then he notices the airport management seems chaotic. Poorly managed.
Right, the practical side hitting him.
And, his luggage hasn't arrived.
Another problem. So the homecoming isn't quite the smooth ride he pictured.
Not exactly. He decides he'll claim the luggage later. Priority one is getting through the crowd. And remember,
He hasn't told his family the exact time.
Yeah.
Still going for the surprise element.
exactly. So he steps outside, and Kathmandu just hits him. It's changed so much in nearly 10 years.
Wow. More people, more cars, buildings everywhere.
Totally different landscape. But instead of grabbing a cab, he decides to walk to Baneshwar.
His family's neighborhood.
Yeah, via Sinnamangal. It's the route he used to take in high school.
Ah, trying to reconnect with the past. That makes sense.
He knows they moved, though.
Yeah.
New house, right across from the old one, near that international building.
So he's navigating this changed city filled with nostalgia, but also seeing all the differences. Dust in the air, but people seem happy.
Yeah, that's the vibe he gets. Despite the dust, there's life.
That walk must be powerful. Retracing old steps in a place that's transformed, it really speaks to that theme of time passing.
For sure. He finally gets to his old street, that 14-foot road. His old house is there on the right, the one with the Chinese brick.
And the new one.
Right next door. Stone color, beige accents. He figures That's got to be it.
The anticipation must be building now.
Totally. The street's busy, people outside shops playing carom board, kids running around.
Does he expect anyone to recognize him?
Nah, he thinks it's been too long. 10 years. As he walks past the old house, though, he sees people up on the roof.
On the roof. That's a little unusual, isn't it?
Yeah, it registers as odd, but he's focused on the new house.
Right. Doesn't quite process it, maybe.
He gets to the new house, higher wall, barbed wire on top, beige paint. Rust-colored gate with these 2 fish designs.
Okay.
He sees some people near the gate chatting. Faces look kind of familiar, but he can't place them. Doesn't expect them to know him anyway.
Makes sense.
He slips through a smaller side door, and the front yard, it's full of people standing around.
More people.
Yeah.
Not just the ones by the gate.
Way more. And he looks back at the old house. Yep. Still people on that roof, too.
Okay. Now it's feeling strange. That unease must be growing.
Definitely. He thinks, man, hope I haven't shown up at a bad time. But decides to head inside, figure it out.
The number of people, the quiet way they're just standing there, it suggests something's off.
He goes in. It's all modern inside. Marble floors. Big living room to the left. Opens into a kitchen with a pantry.
Sounds nice.
Yeah.
Different from the old place, presumably.
Very. To the right, huge TV room, high ceiling, curved stairs going up. Office, big bathroom, guest room, another washroom. Open plan.
So quite a change for the family.
Yeah. He sees a few people in the living room, just talking quietly as he walks through towards the stairs.
Still that subdued atmosphere.
He heads upstairs. Big landing opens into this carpeted room. Mats, pillows. He remembers his dad wanted a yoga relaxing room.
Ah, okay. So some things are familiar from conversations.
Right. There are wooden railings overlooking the TV room below. Then 2 bedrooms, side by side.
And he assumes one is his.
He figures the one at the end must be his. Recalls them talking about setting up his room.
Right, that urge to find his spot, to belong again.
Yeah. He sees the master suite, other rooms to the left, a door to a back balcony, curved shape, and a smaller front balcony, too.
Quite the layout.
He's just about to go surprise his parents in their room. The grand arrival moment.
Gotcha.
He hears sobbing, muffled, but definitely crying coming from behind their door.
Oh, that completely changes things.
Yeah, he thinks, okay, maybe not right now.
Yeah.
Decides to wait out on the back balcony instead.
Good call, probably. That sound shifts everything from excitement to concern.
On his way, he peeks into the room he thinks is his and sees 2 little kids asleep on the bed.
His sister's children, right?
Yeah, he realizes. But the room is furnished for him. Tea table, new TV, it looks ready.
A bittersweet sight, maybe. Life moved on, space got used, but they still prepared for it.
Exactly. He slides the door open to the rear balcony, looks down into the yard. Lots of people there, too.
More people. How many?
A big group, maybe 20 or so, clustered near a Talasi plant on the left side.
The Talasi plant. Okay, that's significant. What are they doing?
They look somber. Then he sees something on the ground next to the plant.
What is it?
It's a shape, covered in white sheets.
Oh, no.
His first thought is, Granddad, did something happen to Granddad? But then doubt creeps in. His heart starts pounding.
That image, the white sheep by the Talasi. It's heavy with foreboding.
He moves towards the spiral stairs at the end of the balcony. He can hear hushed crying from the yard now, getting louder.
His nervousness must be skyrocketing.
He goes down, walks quietly through the people, gets closer to that figure. It's definitely human-shaped.
And
he sees the face of someone standing near it. Then he sees the face under the sheet, just a glimpse maybe.
whose face?
He thinks, oh my God, that looks like me.
No.
Yes. He sees this awful mark, long, from the shoulder up behind the right ear, like stitches. He's thinking, why am I lying?
That's unimaginable. The shock. Seeing yourself like that.
He tries to yell, tries to call out to his cousin Anjit, who's right there crying, Anjit, it's me, Varun.
But nothing comes out.
Just silence, thought only. He reaches, tries to touch Anjit, tries to touch his sister Omnima. I'm here.
And his hand.
Goes right through them, like mist, like he's not solid.
Oh, wow. So he's realizing he's not physically there. He's a ghost.
It seems so. He's intangible,
Yep.
utterly disconnected from them.
Horrifying.
Then, across from the body, there's a priest, kneeling, holding kush, holy grass, dipped in water.
Performing rites.
Yeah. The priest asks people to step back a bit, and he slowly pulls the white sheet away.
And underneath.
Underneath is a roughed up, stained tan hoodie, blue jeans, navy sneakers.
The exact clothes he was wearing when he left Chicago.
Exactly. Irrefutable. It's him.
Oh, Varun.
He feels this silent scream stuck inside him, and this weird lightness, like he's losing
That
gravity.
physical confirmation right there.
He just turns and runs, flees back up the spiral stairs onto the balcony, ducks into the nearest room in the bathroom.
It's a moment to process if that's even
He
possible.
looks in the mirror over the sink.
And sees.
Nothing. No reflection of himself, just the teal wall behind where he should be, part of the bathtub.
Wow. The ultimate confirmation of his state. Chilling.
He stumbles out, drawn by the sounds of crying still coming from his parents' room. He pushes the door open a bit.
What does he see inside?
His mom is just hysterical, weeping on the foot of the bed. His dad's right there, sobbing too, trying to comfort her.
All heartbreaking.
His sister, Amnima, and her husband are sitting opposite them, heads down. Other relatives too. Just waves of grief.
And then he sees it, doesn't he?
Yeah. On the floor, near the bed, his gray messenger bag.
That bag. The symbol of his return, sitting right there in the middle of all this sorrow.
Yeah.
The irony is brutal.
He's just thinking, Mom, Dad, I'm here. I made it back. I love you. Thoughts he can't voice.
So painful.
Then his uncle starts talking, his voice cutting through the tears. He's explaining what happened.
Delivering the awful news to the family members there.
Yeah. He talks about a phone call they got that morning from Varun's friends back in Chicago, his Nepali friends.
Okay.
They said Varun was so happy right up to the end, ecstatic about coming home.
That makes it even worse.
After his flight was confirmed, he went out celebrating Brazilian club with his roommate Jeremy and friends, Ormila, Rashani, Pemba, Amber.
Celebrating the trip home.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Drinks. Laughs. But when the club closed, Varun insisted on driving. His friends begged him, take a taxi, man. He seemed to agree, said he'd just move the car in the lot.
But he didn't.
He drove off. They waited, thinking he'd come back for the cab.
Ugh.
4 a.m, they get the call. His car hit a tree on the way home. Died instantly.
Just like that. One bad decision on the cusp of everything he wanted.
The uncle explains how the friends, despite being shattered, worked fast, got the autopsy done, arranged to send his body and his belongings home.
Including the bag.
Yeah. The
Yeah.
uncle calls the gray messenger bag his cherished passage to home.
Oh, the weight of those words now.
As his uncle's talking, Varun feels different. Things are fading. The sounds are getting muffled.
His connection is weakening.
Yeah, the scene dims. He whispers, though no one hears, I love you all. Takes one last look.
His final farewell.
He feels incredibly light, like zero gravity. And then these loud sounds start a shanka, the conch shell, and bells from the backyard.
The sounds of the final rites beginning.
He doesn't feel the floor anymore. He's just gliding towards the back porch, over the railing.
Moving towards.
Down, fast, towards the body in the yard. The shanka sound gets louder, washing over him. He feels feathery, weightless.
And then.
And then he just starts to disperse, slowly, mixing with the sound waves, invisible particles, becoming nothing.
Wow. Just dissolving into the air.
Oh, that was quite the journey. A really profound and deeply unexpected deep dive into gray messenger bag.
Absolutely. It starts with such hope, such detailed planning for a return, and ends somewhere completely unforeseen. The emotional weight is immense.
Dipan's story, even being short, really packs a punch. Themes of homecoming, expectation, loss.
And the sheer randomness of tragedy, how it can just shatter everything. That twist forces you to think differently about the whole idea of a journey.
Yeah. It really makes you consider the line between anticipation and reality.
Mm-hmm. The difference between the home we imagine returning to and the reality we might find.
Yeah.
Or never reach.
So maybe the thought we leave you with today is about those journeys, the ones we plan meticulously and the final unplanned ones.
Right. And how these sudden turns impact our whole sense of what home and belonging really mean. Something to ponder.
Definitely something to think about. Thank you for taking this deep dive with us.